Have you ever stopped to consider that perhaps caring too much about what others think is holding you back from being truly happy? It might seem counterintuitive, but the more we worry about pleasing others or meeting their expectations, the further we drift from what truly matters, our own peace and happiness. And what if I told you that by letting go of this concern, not only will you find freedom, but you will also discover 5 amazing things that can transform your life for the better. The truth is, stopping caring isn't about ignoring the world around you, it's about focusing on what truly nourishes you. And the best part? The results of this shift can be felt almost immediately. By choosing authenticity over conformity, you begin a deeply transformative journey. Living according to what others expect of you is like wearing a mask that, over time, grows heavier than it should. But when you abandon the need to fit into molds that weren't made for you, a more genuine and free version of yourself emerges. The knowledge here is powerful. Living authentically is one of the greatest Buddhist teachings, for only when we are true to who we really are, can we find inner peace. This authenticity is not only liberating, but also contagious. When you stop trying to mold yourself to external expectations, you inspire others to do the same. For example, think of that friend who is always seeking approval. Seeing you live your truth will encourage them to feel more comfortable doing the same. This cycle of authenticity fosters more genuine relationships, where mutual respect and acceptance are stronger than any facade. Embracing your essence, imperfections, and all is an act of courage and, at the same time, a step toward a more meaningful and fulfilling life. And this change, which begins within, reflects in every aspect of your life. You start to invest your time and energy in activities that truly resonate with you, leaving behind external pressures. This is the true power of authenticity. It guides you effortlessly toward a path where your choices are based on what really matters. Buddhist teachings remind us that by being true to our nature, we find a happiness that is not fleeting. And it's at this point that your energy begins to expand and grow in extraordinary ways. When you free yourself from the constant need to please others and to live according to external expectations, something incredible happens. Your energy is renewed. All that energy that was once wasted on worries and stress can now be directed toward what truly matters. Think for a moment how much of your mental and emotional strength was consumed by trying to fit into molds that were not yours. By breaking free from this cycle, you gain new vitality, energy that can be used to nurture your passions, relationships, and personal projects. Buddhist wisdom teaches us to channel this energy toward personal and spiritual growth. This revitalized energy also opens the door to exploring new horizons. With a clearer and freer mind, you feel motivated to pursue goals that once seemed distant or impossible. Now that there's no longer the pressure to please others, you can fully dedicate yourself to what truly makes your heart sing. Whether it's starting a new hobby like meditation or yoga, or investing in creative projects, this newfound drive allows you to explore different facets of your personality. With this extra energy, the possibilities are nearly limitless, and the knowledge you gain along the way strengthens your journey. Additionally, with this renewed energy, your relationships benefit as well. You begin to connect with people on a deeper and more genuine level since you're no longer weighed down by the need for approval. It's a cycle of growth that feeds itself daily. The more you invest in yourself, the more energy you have to give, and in return, the more you receive. Buddhist teachings remind us that true energy comes from within, and when you stop seeking external validation, that inner energy flow becomes almost limitless. And this energy, in turn, begins to transform your pursuit of happiness. True happiness is something that comes from within. And when you stop depending on others to validate your emotions, life becomes much lighter. This teaching, deeply rooted in Buddhist wisdom, shows us that seeking joy outside ourselves is an illusion. When you start relying on yourself to create this happiness, it becomes more lasting and less vulnerable to life's ups and downs. Imagine the tranquility of knowing that, no matter what happens around you, your inner peace remains intact. This is possible when you learn to cultivate happiness from within. This process of emotional self-reliance involves small but powerful changes. Instead of waiting for others to make you happy, you become the creator of your own happiness. Simple practices like meditation, daily gratitude, and self-care are powerful tools to strengthen this emotional self-confidence. For example, by setting aside a few minutes each day to meditate, you begin to develop a deeper connection with yourself, learning to appreciate simple moments and value the present. It's a path that, although quiet, has a transformative impact, bringing a sense of completeness and personal satisfaction. Self-sustained happiness also strengthens your relationships. When you don't depend on others to feel good, your interactions become lighter and more authentic. Rather than seeking happiness from others, you share your own, creating healthier and more balanced connections. This teaching is a direct reflection of what Buddhism teaches us. By freeing yourself from emotional dependency, you open space for a fuller life, where happiness is a daily choice. And as this happiness becomes part of your life, your emotional balance strengthens. When your happiness is cultivated from within, something significant happens. You begin to develop a more balanced emotional state. By no longer depending on external circumstances or others' opinions to feel good, you gain impressive emotional resilience. This doesn't mean you'll never feel sadness or frustration again, but it does mean that these emotions won't destabilize you so easily. This balance is a practice that develops over time and is deeply aligned with Buddhist teachings on the impermanence of life. Understanding that emotions are fleeting is a key to finding serenity. This more stable emotional state is like a safe harbor amid life's storms. When challenges arise, and they always do, you are able to handle them in a more centered and calm manner. For example, when faced with criticism or a difficult situation, instead of reacting impulsively, you can take a deep breath, assess the situation with clarity, and make wiser decisions. This type of emotional control is a powerful skill that we can all develop. Wisdom is recognizing that by maintaining calm and clarity, you are in control of your own experience, regardless of external circumstances. Furthermore, this emotional balance brings benefits to all areas of your life, from work to personal relationships. When you are emotionally stable, your reactions are more thoughtful, your decisions more accurate, and your interactions more harmonious. Buddhist teachings remind us that true control does not lie in changing what happens around us, but in how we respond to what happens. And as you strengthen emotionally, this reflects in your connections, where you become more present and authentic, creating deeper and more fulfilling relationships. When you become emotionally independent, your relationships reach a new level of depth and authenticity. After all, without the need to depend on others for validation or happiness, you connect with people in a more genuine way. These types of relationships are built on a solid foundation of mutual respect and understanding, where both parties feel comfortable being their true selves. This is one of the great Buddhist teachings. By letting go of the need to fill internal voids through others, you make space for more genuine connections. With this new perspective, your interactions are no longer burdened with unrealistic expectations. For example, instead of expecting your partner or friends to solve all your emotional issues, you find within yourself the strength to face those challenges. This creates a much more balanced dynamic, where both individuals can grow and evolve without the weight of emotional dependency. Such relationships are lighter and healthier, allowing both to flourish. When you stop placing the burden of your happiness on others, your interactions become richer, and over time, those bonds grow stronger. This change not only affects your personal relationships, but also your professional ones. When you are emotionally balanced and no longer seek external approval, you communicate more assertively, position yourself more clearly, and resolve conflicts more peacefully. The knowledge gained through this emotional self-reliance creates an environment where relationships are based on respect and collaboration. And as you notice this change, you begin to understand that true strength comes from within, allowing your relationships to evolve with ease. This balance in connections also reflects an attitude of gratitude, where each interaction becomes an opportunity to cultivate something positive. By adopting a simpler approach and practicing gratitude, you discover an endless source of happiness in the little things. When you begin to let go of materialism and external expectations, you realize that true joy doesn't come from having more, but from appreciating what you already have. This is one of the deepest Buddhist teachings. Happiness lies in simple things, in the present moment. Practicing gratitude daily, through gestures like giving thanks for opportunities, for your health, or even for a simple moment of peace, completely transforms your worldview. With this new mindset, the simple act of appreciating the present becomes a powerful practice. Instead of worrying about what you don't have or what you still want to achieve, you learn to find satisfaction in what is within your reach right now. A practical example is meditating outdoors, where you connect with nature and reflect on how grand it is just to be present. This focus on the moment and gratitude simplifies your life, removing unnecessary layers of complication and worry. Little by little, you realize that happiness doesn't depend on grand achievements, but on small yet significant daily realizations. This mindset of gratitude also strengthens your emotional resilience. When you focus on what you have rather than what's lacking, your inner balance naturally grows. Buddhist teachings guide us to understand that the simpler our view of life, the deeper our connection with the world around us. And with this realization, you begin to notice that you don't need to constantly seek happiness, it's already within your reach. From this point, you open yourself to a life of full gratitude, where each day is a new opportunity to acknowledge the blessings already present. Now that you know how letting go of what others think can transform your life, the question remains, are you ready to put this knowledge into practice? Imagine what could happen if you started living according to your own values, focusing on what truly makes you happy, instead of living by others' expectations. What changes are you willing to make today to embrace this new reality? Perhaps it's time to take that first step, set your boundaries, and free yourself from patterns that aren't yours. How about starting to apply one of these teachings right now? If you enjoyed these reflections and want to keep learning how to evolve your life with wisdom, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. That way, you won't miss any of the next teachings that could change how you see the world. Let's walk this journey together.